gentlemen, on behalf of Colonel Steve Nestor, commander of the 442nd Fighting Wing, welcome to the 442nd Operations Group Change Command Ceremony. My name is Captain Ben Schaefer, and I'm your MC for today's event. During this morning's ceremony, Colonel Michael Leonis will relinquish command of the 442nd Operations Group to Colonel Mark Ward. The change of command ceremony dates back to the 18th century. During this time, organizational flags were developed with color arrangements and symbols unique to each particular unit. To this flag and its commander, the soldiers of the unit would dedicate their loyalty and trust. When assuming command, the new commander accepts the organizational flag. This gesture is accomplished in front of the unit so all can see and witness their new leader assuming command. This symbolic tradition has survived throughout military history and will continue this morning. Momentarily, Colonel Nestor will take the 442nd Operations Group organizational flag and present it to Colonel Ord, symbolizing the transfer and acceptance of command. All responsibility and authority for the 442nd Operations Group will be assumed at the moment Colonel Ord salutes and says, "Sir, I assume command." This is an indoor ceremony, so hats will not be worn and no salutes rendered during the playing of the national anthem. When we stand, we invite our civilian guests to join and place their right hands over their hearts. Today, we're honored to have with us several distinguished guests in attendance. Please hold your applause to the end and everyone's increased. Colonel Leonis' wife, Carrie Leonis, is unfortunately not able to be here today, but she's in California and watching via FaceTime. Their daughter, Mackenzie Bechtel, and son-in-law, Brett Bechtel. Their son, Grayson. Colonel Leonis' mother-in-law, Victoria McMillan. Colonel Ord's wife, Lieutenant Colonel Audrey Ord. Their children, Dashwood and Berlin Ord. Colonel Ord's sister, Elizabeth Galt, and Christina Bradshaw and husband, Craig. His niece, Holly Galt, and nephew, Jesse Galt, and Justin Bradshaw, and his wife, Jacqueline. Colonel Keith Butler, commander of the 509th Operations Group. Chief Master Sergeant Christopher Berrien, Command Chief of the 442nd Fighter Wing. We'd also like to recognize all of our base community and council members who are here, first sergeants and airmen in attendance today. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the arrival of the official party. The presentation of colors remains standing and received by the Secretary of Office and the Communication of Captain Dawson.
Colors. Halt. Present. Halt.
Oh, see when you see back under the eye, was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's legacy, whose watchlights and bright stars through the perilous
turn. Halt.
Almighty God, we recognize your glory today as the one who understands operations, as you set creation in action, each minute part of the key function, allowing the majesty of the universe to form a system. Similar to the 446 operations represent certain makeup unique individuals, teams, equipment, and responsibilities, working together to fulfill a given mission. Today you ordained from the Lord to assume command, past and current U.S. You have provided both means with wisdom, leadership, and the ability to orchestrate a variety of moving parts. I pray you would continue to bless them and their goals. I also ask that you would not overlook the simplicity of the working group, a number of working parts, working as one. I pray that you would grant this group, every group, our wing, unity of the community tradition of honor, and the legacy of God. Amen.
Thank you, Octavia and Captain Dawson. Ladies and gentlemen, please proceed. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce the Commander, 442nd Fire Wing, Colonel Steve Nestor.
Thanks, Richie. Hey, thanks, Richie, Alaska, Sergeant Huff for coming out and helping. Octavia, Captain, thanks for being here. Colonel Greenspan, Colonel Roberts, Colonel Cloud, Chief Barron, thanks for coming. Riddler, Eli, it's good to see you guys. For getting smoke and coming in for this, it's good to be here. Chief Brewer, Nick Perez, LG3, Starter McCain, sure, thanks for coming and taking some time to recognize Colonel Orr here today. I appreciate you guys coming. Chief Tripp, it's good to see you. I didn't recognize you. I'm sorry. You walked in, I was like, is that Gasm's sister? But Brian and Carol, it's good to see you guys. Thanks for coming out today. And you're probably like, I can't believe Maxie is standing up there speaking in front of me right now. But it's true. Vicki, Mackenzie, Brent, Grayson, thanks. And I've got some folks on Zoom, Carrie and Megan. Carrie's out helping her father-in-law in California who's ill. But it's good to see you, Carrie. Thanks for what you've done. Chevy and Buddy, little Buddy the dog, and Berlin and Dash, thanks for coming today. Good to see you guys. And Becca Schriever, thank you for coming. And I was thinking when I was listening to National Anthem, the Yeti would be like, holy shit, man, I got Nasty, Rio, Gasm, and Buster running the 442nd and 303rd. This is like heaven for me. So we're thinking about him as well today. Thanks for being here. When I was asked to take this job 6 months ago, I had a good job already, and I was like, I had some leverage. I told General Radcliffe, I said, hey, I'll go back there, but I got a couple things that I want. Number one, I'm going to be a reservist. I can't do it full time because of my family situation. But number two, I want Mike Leonis to be my ice wing commander, and I want Mark Worth to be my group commander, or I'm not going back there. And he said, okay, we'll make it happen. So even with the budget situation and the things that are going on, we got a good team up here in Mike and Mark for the advice and the OG. Rio, as the officer commander, I should probably be giving you a Legion of Merit today for working under Henry for 2 years. But I just want to thank you for the last 2 years of being an officer commander during COVID, UTA. We have to be the only officer in the United States Air Force that did that. We deployed 12 jets to Afghanistan. We deployed 300 people. We had to isolate them, get them over to Afghanistan, and get them back, and that all went without a hitch. So thank you for what you did as the officer commander. Mr. Ron, can I shut the door? Thank you for what you did as the officer commander. You're an incredible leader, mission focused, people focused, and I want to thank your family for the time that they gave up while you were doing that job. I'd like to say you're going to have an easier time, but I'm going to keep you busy as my vice commander. So thank you very much. Mark and Chevy. First of all, Chevy, I want to ask you, are you saluting him every morning before breakfast when you wake up? Other way around? Good. You know, when I wanted Mark to be the group commander for several reasons. First reason is he's a wicked frog out there trying to shut the 38s down. The first reason is Mark is a very calm. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Good. Mark is a very calm, quiet leader. All right. He's not one of these guys that is jumping up and down, asking to take this job or that job. But his background as an F-16 guy and an A-10 guy is phenomenal, and what he's done in his career. And I couldn't think of anybody that I would want being the outfit commander more than Mark Orr. He's also very resilient. In the last year and a half, Mark and I have kind of gone through the same things. We both lost our mothers, and his wife had some health issues, and I watched him deal with both of those issues and continue to do the job that he did here, and it's been unbelievable to watch. Secondly, I think Mark handled a lot of guys in Mark's situation when he didn't get the squadron commander job, which quite frankly maybe he should have. We asked him to be the director of operations, and without hesitation, he said, I'll be the director of operations, I'll go on an AGR tour. And I said, why did you do that? He goes, the squadron needs me to do it. Most guys that got passed over as the squadron commander would have taken their shit and gone home and said, no, I'm not going to do that, I'm not Mark Orr. He stepped up to be a DO, and he showed me, as an unselfish person, what it takes to be a good DO in the squadron, and that meant a lot to me. The other thing is, his first board in 06, he didn't make 06, and he was highly disappointed. And I sat down and I said, hey Mark, oh wait a second. So Mark did not make 06 on his first board, and he was disappointed. He's coming up on a 20-year AGR tour. He could take his retirement and go home. And I said, man, I really want you to come in 06. You deserve to be in 06. Let's give him another shot. We got plans for you. And he did, and he made it on the second go. And I'm just grateful that he stuck around to do this job. I know you could have done some other things, gone back to the airlines, but we need a guy like you to keep doing what we've been doing here for the last 25 years. Mission focused, people focused, and I know you'll do that. I'm excited for you and Chevy and your family. Man, you guys have done a lot of stuff for this wing the last 20 years. Oktoberfest parties, dirt bike riding, dog sitters, all kinds of cool stuff. And your family has been an integral part of 442nd, and it's awesome to see you as the new operations commander. I'm happy for you. All right? All right, let's get on.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of the Meritorious Service Medal. Attention orders. Citation to accompany the award, the Meritorious Service Medal, 4th Oakley Cluster to Colonel Michael D. Jonas for Meritorious Service, 3 August 2019 to 1 April 2022. Colonel Michael D. Jonas distinguished himself by exceptionally meritorious conduct in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Group Commander of 442nd Operations Group, Whiteman Air Force Base, Missouri,
from 3 August 2019 to 1 April 2022. During this period, the exemplary ability, diligence, and devotion to duty of Colonel Leonis were instrumental in factors of the resolution of many complex and unprecedented problems faced by the United States Air Force and 442nd Operations Group. Under his leadership, the Operations Group flew over 20,360 flying hours and 11,800 sorties, both in peacetime and combat operations around the globe. Colonel Leonis' focus on combat capability led to the group's support of 14 joint training, aircraft-equipped, temporary duty assignments that enforce the Chief of Staff of the Air Force's accelerate, change, or lose directive. Further, his focus on refining austere landing operations by training the wings pilots to take off and land in a high-threat, blacked-out environment supported the Air Force's adaptive basing concept of operations. Additionally, he led the group's ability to survive and operate concept by executing 2 wing-wide exercises, meeting 10th Air Force Commander's vision of 100% airman training and ready to fight in any condition, anytime, anyplace, culminating with an effective rating during the 2020 Air Force Reserve Command Unit Effectiveness Inspection. Finally, under Colonel Leonis' steadfast leadership, the group was able to successfully deploy 64 personnel in support of Operation Freedom Sentinel and Resolute Support, despite navigating the unprecedented challenges and complexities of the COVID-19 global pandemic. The superior initiative, outstanding leadership, and personal endeavor displayed by Colonel Leonis reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 442nd Operations Group, Colonel Mike Leonis.
Screw quiet up there. Yeah, Ops Group does not ask for quiet. And we lose again 5 again at 35 starting right during Saturday morning training. This is going to be a thank. That's kind of like all changes, man. Octavia, glad to hear it. You're part of our family still. Thank you as usual. And Chaplain also thank you. 509 is not here, but they thank the choir. We have a great relationship with them, and they stay out of our way, thank God. And I appreciate their support. Bill, Rainey, it's been a pleasure working with you two. And Dave Blackmore, you, Bill, and your whole team of commanders. I really appreciate it, and especially when you yield to the ops group. So my advice to you is to continue to yield to the ops group for work. I'd like to thank maintenance specifically, especially when you were downrange. Again, you executed incredible, unprecedented, flawless deployment, and I know it was because of the maintenance and ops team and the leadership and the expertise and the work ethic that your group built. So make sure your group knows how much I appreciate them and our team. Gasm, thanks for taking over the group. You didn't have to, and I appreciate you being the DO and taking over. I couldn't be prouder, more confident to give you this group this time. So thanks for staying. Nasty, thanks for the opportunity. I know you could ask other people to do this job. I'm not going to let you down. I'll hold down the fort when you're not here. Use me more. I'm a resource to you, please. Again, thanks for the opportunity. Already thank the OG, the command shop. I'm very proud of the ops group that I'm giving Colonel work. But I wanted to give one last shout out to the instructor pilots. When I took command, I said I believe in fighter pilots, and it was our job as the ops group to prepare them at the highest level, because when they're most challenged, they're probably by themselves. And the instructor pilots and the ops group are the ones that do that the most directly. There's less of us, there's more upgrades, the scenarios, the tactics, and the systems are more complex. If it wasn't for the instructor pilots doing their job at the highest level, the group wouldn't be where it's at. So thank you very much for all your work. Lastly, I got to thank my family. It was a challenge. a lot of times I went home and I wasn't necessarily the happy Rio that I normally am. A lot of reasons why. It was a difficult 2.5 years for many, many reasons. And maybe over a couple of years I'll tell you all the reasons. Big, thank you so much for being flexible with us. And I know I've kept your family away from you sometimes. I'm glad you're with us and living with us now. And I appreciate everything you do for us. Thank you very much. I love you. Mackenzie, Brent, you are a very mature, competent team. And I've relied on you two to fill in when Carrie and I are doing other things. And you do that without question. You do that at the highest level. And I could not have done any of this without you two. I love you both, and I'm very impressed with you as a team. So thank you so much. Megan, she's on FaceTime, going to school in Colorado. Dahl, we asked you, you were a teenager, to help with some of the family challenges you had. And you did it, even though you're a young girl. And that was a lot to ask, and you always stepped up and did it at the highest level, as I would expect. I love you, I miss you, and jealousy of all. Gracie, I love hanging out with you. You're an incredible man. You're an incredible son. I'm proud of what you do. And anyone who got shortchanged from this job and previous job was probably you. So we'll try to change that. We'll try to drive around in your car. He's a little Republican. He likes to mess with the environment. So we'll drive your car and your bad gas mileage over. Lastly, I have to thank my wife. She is not here today. She would love to have been here today, but she's in California with her dad. She's been there for 2.5 months taking care of her dad. You go, wait a second, this has been going on for years, and it has. It was first her stepdad she was helping take care of. Now it's her real dad. She's been on a reserve level deployment, even longer, 2.5 months in California. Her dad is a pancreatic cancer survivor 5 years ago. They did a first in the United States procedure on him, and then just recently they did another procedure at Stanford that has only been done like 22 times in the world. So you know, it's a miracle. Someone says he had 9 lives, but trust me, burned us long ago. And I just put it to the fact that he's a tough Marine. So Carrie, I know you're taking care of him. I want everybody to know that when she was here, she was taking care of me in so many ways. She was taking care of me maybe sometimes when I didn't deserve it, but that's who she is. She was taking care of me so I could help take care of you guys. So she deserves a huge thanks. Carrie, I love you. You're beautiful in so many ways. I'm ready for you home. I know that was your dad's on the upside, so that's good. All right, now I got gifts. Let's do gifts. Carrie already got flowers sent to yesterday. Megan, your flowers are coming tonight. Let's do flowers to my ladies. Vicki and Ben, thank you so much. She gets the sunflowers. Vicki, you get the others. And then coffee cups to the men. And I hope everybody's going, Rio, Mike, Dad, a coffee cup? That's kind of cheesy, you know, so someone gives you something to stir the coffee with. That's more appropriate to a ops group change command. And of course, it's going to be a bullet. So you can stir your coffee with a bullet. Help me out here, buddy. There you go, Berla. Thank you. You got it. All right, thank you very much, guys, and family. Everybody's here. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the change of command ceremony will now be performed with the official passing of the flag from the outgoing commander to the incoming commander. Attention orders. unveils the name of our new commander, Colonel Mark Orr. Ladies and gentlemen, Commander of the 42nd Operations Group, Colonel Mark Orr.
The Iron Command F-22 of pitch and fire erupting at 14 change commanders is where it's coming from. It's really hot, so I'll try to keep this as quick as I can. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. It's an honor to be standing here as the group commander. It's been a busy couple months, but it's nice to make this official. I don't know who chose May, but it's pretty hot. I'm going to go around the room. First of all, I just want to say thank you to the front row, senior leaders, chief, all the guests. I know there's some 442nd alumni, so thanks for coming back. We're going to be like I saw photo out there in a big shirt. Thank you to my family, thank you to Rita's family, and the rest of the 442nd operations group. Most of us have sat in more reason than we can count, so as the third speaker, I'll pretend to have my hand in the bucket of ice. But give me at least 6 to 9 minutes to go to a few people I want to acknowledge and say thanks to. Above all, I want to thank God for blessing this nation with the men and women who really keep us safe. For the group commanders, Bill, and Roberts, you guys are really easy to work with, and I look forward to continuing to work with you. The ops-managers relationship is critical to the morale of both our groups. And in my opinion, it's the one of the secrets of the success of the 142nd Fighter Wing, and we need to continue that. So thank you. Ghost couldn't be here. It's unfortunate. I get to work with Ghost maybe in a month before his change of command. I wish it was longer. Chevy Ghost and I were all in the same squad about 20 years ago, which kind of gives us a unique advantage. It's kind of a bummer that it's not here. Squadron commanders, Buster, Vago, I think Deuce is here, or Rooster. It's been a pleasure working and flying on the phone with you guys and I look forward to tackling the challenge ahead together. The 358 commander, Puff's not here, but Metro is. Thanks to me and Metro who's retiring later today. I thought you'd take the flight crew, but welcome, glad you're back there. Thank you for what you contribute to the 442nd. The 358 is ACC's #1 TFI unit on both the optional and the maintenance side. That's a testament to both you and Bob. Octavia, thank you for coming back and doing something like that. That means a lot. Chaplain Lawson, thank you for the prayers and thank you for what you do. Everybody up here, Crump, Shelley, Bob, thank you for such a short amount of time. I did not give you much time. Master Sergeant Bob, and last thank you. Appreciate it. And the honor guard who showed up at the last minute. Thank you so much. I appreciate that as well. Walleye, I don't know if he's here, the LPA. They were very proactive this weekend, great job yesterday as the warden, and putting on the best shape of smoke yet. The LPA is not dead, it's not here. Chevy, my family. Chevy, you're the strongest person I know. Your faith and resilience are an inspiration to me and anyone in the village. You're a great firefighter. Most of them know that fly off triple nickel and to my knowledge, the first female instructor I have been instructor pilot ever. I know you sacrificed a lot for the family. Thank you for getting us hired as a married couple. And thank you for managing chaos on a daily basis. You're a great mom. And thanks to Buddy for being there. That's extra special as well. Dash and Berlin, you're the best two things that have ever happened to us. You're amazing kids. You get more amazing every day. You're more than we could have ever asked for, and I look forward to all the adventures ahead. Your smiles and laughter bring us joy, and we love you both so very much. Becca and the entire Streeter family, you know I don't have the words. Our families are forever connected. Thank you. Elizabeth, Tina, Greg, Polly, Jesse, Justin, Zayden, and Senna. Thank you for being here. It's been a minute since you guys have been to an Air Force function. I know the last couple of years have been tough on all of us. Thank you for your support over the years, especially the early ones. I'm glad we're all here together, and I look forward to spending the day with you. Chiefs Carol and Brian Tripp, welcome back, a.k.a. Coco and T. You guys are legends in your own right. Thank you for being God-fearing parents and helping us achieve our family and home renovation dreams. Thank you for your service, your friendship, and your advice. Unfortunately, I couldn't be here today, but I want to publicly thank 442nd alumni Clancy and Maggie Preston. Clancy was the 442nd Public Affairs Officer back at British Power where I grew up. She introduced me to the Air Force and to the 303rd Tactical Fighter Squadron. The first fighter pilots I ever met were A-10 pilots, Maddie, Hamster, T-Bear, Jap, and D+12. They helped show me the path to what would eventually become an Air Force career. D+12 taught me to fly when I was 17, along with a couple of 442nd alumni life support guys, Barry Anderson and Tim Duncan. I know those names don't matter. That was just the beginning. Colonel Esther, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the words. Thank you for coming back to the 442nd Fighter Team. I know I would not be standing here without your efforts and support, so thank you. I couldn't think of a better person to work for, and I look forward to working with you. Rio, I don't think anyone has had a bigger impact on the team. You've endured nearly 8 straight years of both the squad and the group, and now wing command, and vice command. You've always balanced people and mission, and you're held in high regard by all members of the group, even after this much time. That says a lot. So I continue to look forward to continuing to learn from you. Moses couldn't be here as well, but next to Rio, there's not a pilot of the wing that knows the wing as well as he does. I'm really lucky to have his experience and his knowledge as a dad. Most important to the 442nd Fighter Group, I think we can go a little long, young team. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your service. And thank you for the sacrifices of you and your families as well. I'm proud to be up here as part of the 442nd team. This wing is legendary because of the hard work that goes to team before us. It's important to remember that. The 442nd Backyard Chief is famous for its air shows, winning gunsmoke, barbecue competitions like we had yesterday, chili cook-offs and reunions, the Casey Arrowhead on the tail of the A-10, and all those back farther than you can. Built on the backs of great people, the 442nd has a rich history and a great reputation. As we've learned from recent experiences, it's the people that make the 442nd special. People with a shared idea of service to each other and service to the nation. The operations group has deployed 80 times in 20 years to both Iraq and Afghanistan and build relationships that will last a lifetime amongst each other and with the guys on the ground. The lives saved by the people in this room are what make the A-10 enterprise so revered. The pilots in this room have almost 20,000 combat hours that include air medals, aerial achievement medals, DFCs, and Bronze Stars. Every one of those combat students requires to work together as a group. Pilots, SARMs, intel, and life support. That's what the people in this room have contributed to the legacy of 442nd. I look forward to the next 2 years, regardless of the challenges we face. In fact, I'm excited to be in a position to help solve problems, balance people, and mission, filter out the things that we cannot control, and focus on the things that matter to us as a fighter group. The operations group will follow the wing's lead and focus on you, the people, and balance our mission to build safe, professional, and lethal cast pilots for the future. Time will tell what it actually looks like. The Air Force continues to accelerate change and moves on a shrinking budget. AFRC and the entire Air Force is under more pressure than ever to do more with less. Our challenge is to adapt and balance combat capability with quality of life. I'm convinced NASTY has put together the best team possible to face these challenges ahead. Each one of us has spent a decade or more in the fighter wing. We have a stake in you, the A-10, and the reputation of the 442nd Fighter Wing. It's truly an honor to work for you and give back to the 442nd because it's given so much to me. Seriously.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Air Force song and remain standing for the official part of that department.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. On behalf of the participants